What's up, peeps? Crypto Enigma here. Welcome back to the channel, baby. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know by now, the new Stellar Terra type was recently added to the game, and I wanted to play with it a little. And now, with the release of this new type, there was a mixed reaction from the community, and I personally feel like this new type it's okay-ish, to be honest. It's definitely a little niche, but it does work great in certain situations. For example, there are some abilities that I feel can take advantage of this new type really well, such as the ability Contrary, which I'm sure many of you are already familiar with, but in my honest opinion, there is also Iron Fist, Sheer Force, and Strong Jaw, just to name a few. And in this video, I will be demonstrating how the Stellar Terra type works with the ability Rockhead, which in my opinion is one of the better abilities that is complemented by this new Stellar type. So again, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. Alright y'all, we finna get it in. And let me just say, dang, jumping back into Pokemon after Power World is a little bit crazy, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. But we still out here, fam, ain't nobody scared. Now, y'all remember how this works. My opponent here is using legendaries, which are typically pretty fast, so I have to open up with sticky webs here in order to get that speed advantage later on in this battle. And so to that end, I lead with my girl Rabombi here, who is now ready to bow out. Thank you, Rabombi. Woo! And she takes that Venoshock like a champ. Thank you, my girl. I will avenge you later in this video. Now, next up is my boy Dugtrio here, whom I'm really only using for Stealth Rock. Hey, asshole! There's really no other reason in particular that I went with Dugtrio here other than he's a regular on this channel. I could have gone with any other Pokemon that knows Stealth Rocks, but this is my boy. So, with that being done, my boy here is also ready to bow out, and he takes that flamethrower like a champ as well. Thank you, my boy. Next up is Houndstone here, who I'm actually going to be using in order to slow my opponent down. You see, my opponent here is moving first. He's obviously faster than me, and so I'm gonna use Scary Face here from Houndstone, and that is going to harshly decrease my opponent's speed stat. You can see here my opponent is taking some pause, but he decided to stay in, and now we can see that my Houndstone actually outsped my opponent, so everything is going according to plan. My Houndstone bows out, but we're at the point where the battle begins shifting in my favor. You can see here I go with Smeargle next, whom I wanted to use more defensively this time. You can see I went with another Spore here. Gotcha, bitch! Woo! And again, ladies and gentlemen, we're essentially at the point, from this point forward, my opponent is basically destined to lose. They can no longer turn the tide of the battle. You see that my opponent is perfectly asleep, and again, I went with Smeargle here because I wanted him to baton pass this single sword dance here. In order for this sweep to work, Arcanine will need just a little bit of help. I did try this. Ooh, look at my Smeargle holding tough. I was saying, I did try this without this sword dance, and Arcanine does need the little boost of attack there. But look at that, ain't nobody scared, baby. I knew I outsped my opponent here. You saw me take that flamethrower, but I quickly put my opponent back to sleep. And with that done, ladies and gentlemen, it's baton pass time. Let's get it. Let's get my boy. It's time for the sweep, ladies and gentlemen. Hisuian Arcanine. Give it up for your boy. And yes, you knew my boy was gonna be shiny. So, with my opponent asleep, it's time, baby. I'm gonna terrestrialize this new Terra type. Let's get it.
I'm going to jail!
You little bitch ass motherfucker.
Woo! Look at my boy, as beautiful as ever, and I go for that head smash, and I miss the attack, but that's alright because my opponent stays asleep Talk about luck, but I go for another head smash here, baby. Let's get it. One hitter quitter, ladies and gentlemen. That was basically a nuke. Head smash has 150 base power plus this Terra type boost. I nuked my boy, but my opponent here sends out Urshifu next. Let's get it. Y'all see this wild charge here. My opponent landed on the webs, ran into the rocks.
Pow, right in the kitchen.
And another one hitter quitter. He stood no fucking chance. He did. Lugia is up next. He runs into them rocks but does not land on the webs. You see this super effective wild charge. I go for the wild charge and he moves first.
Nope.
And yes, I did equip my boy here with a focus sash for this very fucking reason. I don't always outspeed everyone.
He fucked up.
But it gave me the opportunity I needed to one-shot this motherfucker. Let's keep it going, baby. Next up is Mewtwo. Lands on the webs, runs into them rocks, and you see right here. Okay, so he lands on the fucking webs. I'm getting ahead of myself. But I got 2 bullets left. I click on this Flare Blitz. Bang. One shot, baby. One shot.
Awesome.
No more Mewtwo. I have 2 opponents that 1 bullet. My opponent here lands on the webs, runs into them rocks.
Hey, you better shut your mouth before I beat your ass.
And look at this super effective close combat. Stands no fucking chance. I don't even know how hard I'm hitting these boys, because this, you know, the Terra type boosted and everything. Oh, and also look at me on 1 HP. Let's go. Again, I don't know how strong I am right now, but I'm kicking ass, baby. Let's get it. Last but not least is my boy here. I already know he's weak to fire. Let's do this. Intrepid Sword, baby. I click on this Flare Blitz.
No. Astounding. Enemy down.
The Hisuian Arcanine Sweep. This boy is a damn tank. Each of these moves, it was 150 base power. The other 2 were 120, and I forgot how much wild charge is, but it was strong as hell. And again, you saw that on 1 HP. That rock head ability really works, really complements this Terra type. And yes. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this was a fun video. Look at my opponent, salty, disconnected right at the end, but that's all right. I was saying, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you made it to the end of this video, I absolutely appreciate you, and I can't stress that enough. But for what it's worth, thank you for watching. And if you happen to enjoy this video, you may enjoy some of my other content as well, so do feel free to check that out if you so wish to. But again, with that being said, thank you for watching, and I love you, baby. Mwah.